Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Look It Up Podcast. I'm Chip Ulmer, and this is my papa and co-host, Tony Gudo. You can find us on Facebook under his name, Tony Gudo, and YouTube under the Look It Up Podcast. Now, today, we are going to first talk about what happened last week in college football.
Let's talk about the college game.
In the CFP, the college football semifinals.
That was some pretty good games last week, huh?
Yep.
I liked them. I'll tell you what, Oregon did exactly what we thought. I mean, Oregon had a good football team. They've been good all year, but Indiana is just top-notch football team across the board.
Yep, that was on Friday night.
Offense and defense.
Yep.
They just
so Indiana put it on them 56-22.
Yeah, it's
on Friday.
We're going to talk about the matchup later.
Yeah.
Miami and Indy.
Thursday night was Ole Miss in Miami. Miami came in with a great great game plan against the Rebels.
And it happened just like we thought.
Yep.
Miami won the game. Miami's defense is like top in the country.
Carson Beck threw for 268 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Ole Miss had a good year, and they had a good season last year. I just think not having Kiffin there made a difference. Mm-hmm. I don't know about the new coach. We'll see what he does in the coming years. I don't think he's the top-notch coach they need.
No.
But we'll find out. I mean, he's the defensive coordinator, so he's on the opposite side of the ball. So we'll see what happens. And the championship comes up this coming Monday. Ooh, Miami and Indiana.
National championship.
And they are both got good defenses. I was looking up some information on them earlier today. On defense, they are number 5 and number 2. Miami ranks number 5 in the entire country and allowing 14 points per game. Mm-hmm. Indiana, number 2 in the country, allowing 11 points per game. So it favors, the defense favors Indiana. The point spread is kind of high. It concerns me a little bit, but the way Miami's been playing, a lot of points. Not Miami, Indiana. The way Indiana's been playing, they score 40, 50, 60 points a game. Indiana is averaging, they're number 1 in the country, 43 points a game. Mm-hmm. Miami, 32 points a game. Only 32 points. So they number 1 and number 30. It doesn't sound like it'd be that far, but you got so many schools in between. So Indiana's number 12 in total offense, and Miami's number 41 in total offense. So the stats all favor Indiana. The point is 5.5. And if you picked any games, if you looked at our games last week, I went 5-1 last week. I just looked at it, 5-1. I only lost 1 game.
And I want to speak on a fact about Indiana because it's been making me mad going around social media the last couple of weeks saying that 2025 Indiana has a chance to be better than 2019 LSU.
No.
No chance.
Okay.
No chance. 3 touchdowns would be the win difference between 2019 LSU. I want to give you a stat. Mendoza averaged 226 yards a game passing.
And?
Burrow averaged in 2019 378.
Big difference.
Burrow's average would have dropped 40% if he threw the amount of yards that Mendoza threw per game.
Yep. That's not going to... I mean, their defense might have been better, but I think offensively...
Oh, and Joe threw 20 more touchdowns.
Their defense might have been better, but their offense I don't think would have hung in there with us. I think would have outscored them in that game. So anyway, that game's coming up. I guess what I'm going to do on the wagers is I'm going to take Indiana. I'm going to take Indiana minus the points, mainly because they've been doing it all year. And it's hard to go against them. So I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be like a 10 to 14 point game. I think.
But see, I'm the guy that's always for the underdogs. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, like, if our real OGs, they've been watching the whole podcast, from day one, we both said that Miami wasn't even supposed to be in the playoff.
No, it should have been.
So, that is my opinion because they are proving me wrong, and they've made it all the way to the national championship. That's why I want them to win. Do I think they're going to win? Probably not. But I would kind of want the underdog, the number 10 seed, to win.
Yep. Well, we'll see. It's going to be a hell of a game next Monday night at I think 6:30 or 7 o'clock.
6:30 on Monday.
6:30, but you never know. It starts a little later.
You know they got to do all the pre-games and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Let's start with the. How about the NFL playoffs? Ooh,
NFL.
That was probably one of the best. I'd say in my
that was a
lifetime.
Great wild card weekend all around.
Yeah, I think the best I've ever seen.
It was an offensive showcase around the league,
except for Houston. But most of the games were close scoring, and they scored in the last few minutes of the game to win the games.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at the games, let's talk.
I want to go
about the Rams. The Rams
in Carolina. He said Carolina was going to lose by a blowout. I didn't believe so. I knew the Rams were going to win. But Matthew Stafford did Matthew Stafford things under 2 minutes in the game, and the Rams came out with a W. The Carolina had a chance to win the game, but like I said, Matthew Stafford being Matthew Stafford, they won the game.
If they had a better quarterback, a more experienced quarterback, Carolina might have had a shot. Mm-hmm. But Bryce Young is still learning his job, so we'll see. But that was a good game. The other game was the Packers and the Bears. Packers should have won that game. They outplayed them all the way through to the middle of the fourth quarter.
Like what you blamed it on coaching because they had some bad decisions.
Yeah, they made some bad decisions. Like before the halftime, they had the ball in field goal range and went for it on 4th and 3 or 4th and 2.
And didn't get it.
And they didn't get it. And they gave Chicago the ball. Chicago went right down the field and scored a touchdown before the half. That's a 14 or 10-point turnaround.
That's crazy.
If they kick the field goal there and then kick it off, chances are Chicago does not score. And it's like a 14, 15-point lead.
We're going to stay in the NFC. San Francisco stuns the Philadelphia Eagles, beats them.
That's another game. The Eagles had that game.
The
Eagles had that game. But the problem was, if you looked at that game, the Eagles had so many fourth down conversions.
Agreed. That
they had to go after. Fourth down. They could not get a third down conversion, it seemed like. They had some. But they must have had at least 4 or 5 fourth down conversions. And the last one, they didn't make it.
Yep.
And that cost them the game. The last one. Because if they would have made that first down, they would have won the game at the end of the game.
And then there was a whole debacle with Sirianni and A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown couldn't catch the ball.
Yeah, there's word that he may not be there next year, so I don't know what's going to happen there. I don't know. He wouldn't catch him in they were tough catches, but you in the NFL, you should make those catches.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's what you're there for.
Also, we got New England and the Chargers. That was a good game. From the beginning, it started off like 6-3 at halftime, I think.
Yeah, Justin Herbert was just he didn't have enough protection.
It didn't look good.
Man, they kept beating
the Patriots
him up,
defense,
knocking him down.
Mike Vrabel's defense was getting after him.
Well, some of the calls they had some calls. They hit him in the head. They hit him in the head twice, and that was through a personal foul. But one of them was on a first down conversion that if they charged him would have made that, they'd have tied the game. I think at that point.
But I think that the Chargers were a lot closer in the game than I thought they would be.
Than what the score looked like. I think they ended up, it was a lot closer than what the score
looked like. Score, based on what New England has done all year, they expected to beat them by more points.
Remember, the Chargers had a chance to kick a couple of field goals, and they didn't.
Yeah.
They were trying to get touchdowns. So it probably would have been more like a 9 points instead of 3.
Exactly.
But anyway, they're out of it. So New England moves out, and
then one of the greatest games of the playoff, Bills and Jaguars Sunday.
Oh yeah, Bills and Jaguars.
That was a heck of a game.
Yeah.
Bills and Jaguars were going.
Buffalo Bills won.
They went back and forth. There
we go. Buffalo for the Super Bowl with my plan. Buffalo to the Super Bowl. Let's see what happens. They need it. They ain't won it in a long. They never won it.
Never won it.
They went to it 4 times in a row and didn't win. I like Buffalo again this week. We're gonna see what happens. I like Buffalo.
So they play Denver this week.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the Monday night game. Texans and
that was a stinker.
Yeah. The Steelers hung in there most of that game. I mean, C.J. Stroud was turning the ball over at a consistent rate. He threw
every time they got the ball, it looked like he was fumbling the football.
I don't know what happened there, but he was. I kept saying they're gonna lose the game because of him, but then I kept telling people on the phone, texting several people.
The defense.
The defense will win this game.
Yeah.
The defense will win this game, and they did. They ended up getting 2 turnovers and 2 touchdowns, 2 pick six, I think, right? I got
Yeah.
2 pick sixes there in the game.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's sad. And Aaron Rodgers, I'm pretty sure, is going out to the sun, is retiring.
Yeah, I think after Mike
but
Tomlin, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the pleasant throwing a pick six for your final throw in the NFL, but
No.
it's okay.
He had a good
You'll still be a Hall of Famer.
He had a good season.
But Aaron Rodgers is an all-time great, and he will still be in the Hall of
he
Fame.
was MVP, 2 or 3 times? Maybe
Yeah.
4 times. I thought it was several times. When he
But
was,
speaking of Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers, after their loss to the Texans yesterday, Mike Tomlin announces that he will be stepping down from the Steelers.
It sounds like he's going to step down for at least a year. He's not going to do anything for a year, is what I heard today. That he wants to get with his family and do some things. And it's amazing. He coached for 19 years.
I got a record.
Never had a losing season. And guess what? He's only 53 years old. Mm-hmm. He's only 53 years old. So he's definitely going to coach again.
19 seasons. Never had a losing record.
Yep, 19.
193 wins and 114 losses in the regular season. And an 8-12 record in the playoffs.
What was frustrating to him is he wouldn't win in the playoffs. The last few years, they never could win in the playoffs. And after doing, I think it's 6 times they went and did not win in the playoffs. So.
Speaking of another highlighted coach to be leaving, John Harbaugh, after their sad playoff miss, Ravens fired John Harbaugh after a disappointing season.
He's like the top coach right now. I think the Giants. I think he ends up with the Giants.
A 2013 Super Bowl winner. And just one of the great coaches of the Ravens.
And winning their division consistently. Them and Seattle, and them and Pittsburgh back and forth. Them and Pittsburgh back and forth. So I don't know. I think he ends up. He's the top coach right now out there. And I think he went to the Giants today. I think the Giants end up hiring him. I hope the Giants hire him. But I don't want Atlanta to hire him. Mm-hmm. I don't want Atlanta to get a good coach.
Yeah.
I'd rather the Giants get him. But anyway, let's talk about the playoff games this weekend. Denver and Buffalo right now. Ooh. Buffalo is a 1.5 point favorite on the road
against
Denver.
Against the 1 seed.
But remember, Denver cannot score that much. That's their issue. They have a hard time scoring points.
If Bo Nix gets protection, Denver wins the football game.
Guess what? Both of them, no. But guess what? Running the ball, Buffalo's number 1 and Denver's number 2. Now, the problem with Denver, I think they lost some running backs. Remember, they're on like their second or third straight running back. But if they can still block up front, they can do it.
Exactly what I said.
Buffalo is averaging 28 points a game, number 4 in the NFL. Denver averages 24 points a game, number 14. Mm-hmm. Buffalo allows 21 points a game, and Denver allows 18. So they're pretty close on all that. And on the third down conversions, Buffalo's 45%, Denver's 41%. Mm-hmm. And I think the reason I think Buffalo's going to win is they got the better quarterback. I just don't think Denver. Bo Nix is a good quarterback so far, but they're not there yet. I don't think Denver's there yet. Mm-hmm. Probably the next year or two with Sean Payton and the quarterback gets better, they can do it. But my personal pick is I like Buffalo minus the 1.5. And the spread's probably going to change a little between now and Sunday.
Yeah, and in this game, New England and the Texans, if the Texans play like they played Monday night, I don't see them winning this football game.
No, I mean, the problem there is C.J. Stroud. I
don't know. I mean, it was the offensive line blocking.
Well, I don't know. It looked to me like he had time. He was just making some bad mistakes.
Took him too long.
The ball was falling out of his hand. He was trying to throw, and he was trying to pull it back. I mean, there were several things. So, yeah, both teams' defense are very good. Houston's allowing only 17 points a game. New England's only allowing 19 points a game. Mm-hmm. New England's defense is 6 in third down conversions. New England in total yards are number 4 in the country in the NFL. Number 4 in total yards on offense. Houston's number 19. That tells you about their offense. New England scores 29 points a game. That's second, and Houston 24 points a game. Personally, what I wrote down here is I trust New England quarterback more than I trust the Houston quarterback. And that's the bottom line. I think New England wins this game. They're one of the best teams out there playing.
And then in the NFC, we got Seattle and the San Francisco 49ers rematch of the Week 18 matchup.
What happened there? Seattle beat them, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Seattle beat them
13-3.
So, I mean, that's going to be a tough game, too.
It's going to be a defensive game, I
mean,
think.
Both teams in the top 10 in passing, both of them. And then Seattle is number 10 in running the ball, and San Francisco is number 21 in running the ball. But remember, McCaffrey has come back strong the last month, gotten better and better, so he's dangerous to have him on the field. San Francisco is averaging 26 points a game, Seattle 28. So they're right there next to each other. Total defense. Now, this is where Seattle leads. Seattle has the 5th best defense in the league. And pretty much with unheralded players, right? There's not a whole lot of players on that team that people can name on their defense. So they're doing pretty good on that team. That coach has done a hell of a job. San Francisco ranks 18th in total defense. Remember, San Francisco lost like 2 or 3 players. Bosa and the linebacker. What's his name? The linebacker, Fred
Warner.
Fred Warner's out. So they lost some players. That hurt them. I don't know who to pick in this game. It's kind of a toss-up in this game. I think probably Seattle wins. I just don't know if they can cover a 7-point spread. That's a 7-point spread. I haven't decided on that game. I'm just going to, if I had to pick it, I'd pick Seattle. But I haven't decided yet on that game.
Well, you have to pick by the end of the week.
And the last one, the Rams in Chicago.
That's going to be a banger, in my opinion.
Rams -4 against Chicago.
That should be a great game.
The Rams ranked number 1 in points per game. 30 points per game. Chicago, 26 points per game, number 9. All right. Also, the Rams, 20 points per game. Chicago, give it up 24 points a game. Chicago, give it up 24. So the Rams defense is much better than the Chicago defense at this point.
Yes.
Rams passing yards, they're number 1 in throwing the ball. 260
and
yards.
And they have a most likely MVP as their quarterback.
Yeah, I'm just working about his finger. He hit his finger with
the
the helmet.
He hurt his finger in the Carolina
game.
He's
all right. I think he's all right.
But then he went on the game-winning drive.
Yeah.
So
after a week rest, he should be fine.
Yeah.
And I think Stafford is a much better quarterback than Williams at this point. Keller Williams has done a hell of a job this year. I got to commend him, and I wasn't a big Keller Williams fan, but he's done a pretty good job this year. But I just don't think they get by the Rams. I think Chicago is like Denver. They're going to come in the next year or two. They're going to be right there at the end. But I don't think they can beat the Rams. I think the Rams covered at 4 points.
The Rams are too experienced.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
So, you know, my picks this week, and if you wager on the games, what? Only wager what you can afford to lose. My pick this week is Buffalo, minus the points. New England, minus 3.5. The Rams, minus 4. Indianapolis, minus 8.5 in the championship game. And Seattle, like I said, that's a toss-up. So I'm only giving those 5 picks this week. Only 5 picks this week. I think the Buffalo line is going to change a little bit between now and then, depending on how the money goes, because that's too close of a game to call point spread wise. Okay, let's talk about LSU. LSU in the transfer report. Well, let's talk about the coaches first. We had some coaches change. Let's talk about the coaches.
Let's go.
Right now, we have 9 openings in the NFL. 9 coaching openings. Six in the AFC and 3 in the NFC. Pittsburgh and Baltimore, we mentioned that earlier. Tennessee's open. They still looking for a quarterback. A coach. Cleveland still coaching, looking for a quarterback. Miami looking for a quarterback. Las Vegas, they looking for a quarterback. The Giants, Arizona, and Atlanta in the NFC. All of them looking for coaches. The rumors right now I hear is that more than likely Harbaugh is going to go to the Giants.
Yeah.
But that's not confirmed. That's nothing. I just heard that as a rumor. And I think once he makes his decision, some of the other decisions are going to be made. It's going to be like it did with Kiffin. When Kiffin made his decision, all the other coaches fell in line. And I think that's going to happen here in the NFL when one makes it, the others are going to all follow through. And we'll end up filling those. I don't think there's enough. I don't think there's 9 actual qualified people out there at this point that can run a team. Now, there's still some old guys out there they can go back and get. But I don't think they do that. I think most teams stay young.
Depends on, what Pete Carroll's going to do. Is he going to coach again or is he going to retire?
I don't think Pete Carroll is going to come back.
He's just going to retire after 1 year? Okay.
I think he's done.
So,
Harbaugh is definitely coming back.
Yeah. Moving on to LSU.
Let's talk about LSU.
Lane Kiffin has been making some very big moves in the transfer portal for the Tigers. As of today,
28.
And we're ranked number 1 in the nation.
Well, we're in the country. Let's talk about some of the people.
We
start off with Sam.
We're going to talk about the number 1 guy in the portal. We got him because Lane Kiffin is that guy. We got Sam freaking Levitt.
Yep, and Levitt can do the job. The thing that he likes about Levitt, and what most people like, is he is just like, he throws the ball. Mm-hmm. His best passes are 20-plus yards.
Yep.
20-plus yards. That's what Kiffin likes. That's what
LSU likes.
Yeah, what did Kiffin do with the last couple?
With Trinidad Chambliss?
Yep, that's what he did.
With Jackson Dart?
Long pass, Jackson Dart. So he got a guy that can do what he wants to do. That's why he brought him in. And he's got another quarterback coming from
USC. We got Hassan Longstreet.
Yeah.
Was a 4-star.
Young guy. He's coming in, working on...
he should be the backup. And we also got Winnie Watkins from Ole Miss.
But he's a quarterback?
No, he's a receiver.
Oh, okay. Who's the quarterback they got from...
we got...
the quarterback from the small school. Elon quarterback. He's supposed to be good, too.
Landon Clark.
Yeah, Landon Clark. He's supposed to be good, too. He's supposed to be good at throwing the ball deep. So
yeah.
That's another guy we got that can come in and maybe do some work.
Those are all our
So he's bringing in quarterbacks, too. I think he's trying to grow the system because Sam Levitt's only got 1 year. So I think Sam Levitt's going to start this year as long as his foot is fine. And I think it should be.
Lane Kiffin posted that LSU is wide receiver U, and he has proved that bringing a bunch of wide receivers in the transfer portal. We got Jackson Harris out of Hawaii.
Winston Watkins from Ole Miss.
Winnie Watkins that I just said earlier.
Yeah.
Where's he at? Jace Brown out of Kansas State. Trey Brown out of Old Dominion. Eugene Wilson III out of Florida.
The tight end, Nikolai Thomas, out of Pitt.
Malachi Thomas, tight end.
Out of Pitt.
See these great receivers that Lane Kiffin is getting.
He's bringing them in. We're going to line them up. And also, I'm not going to go through every one of these, but he's got a whole lot of offensive linemen and defensive linemen.
Yes.
Well, you can figure with 28 people, he's got to have some people. Now, we lost some. Of course, we lost some. We lost quite a few players. But those players don't want to be on the team that's going to win, I think. That's the problem. Huh? We couldn't win it last year, so why would we keep those players? We kept the ones we thought that we could win with. And we were picking up. I don't think he's finished. And we still have a few high school people to sign the next month. So we should be bringing that back in. Anyway, the playoffs are almost finished now. One more game. And they're having meetings with the playoffs, committees, the two conferences, the Big Ten and the SEC especially. And they're talking about moving to a 16-game schedule. Probably going to be a 16-game playoff next year. That's the plan. A lot of people want them to bring the recruiting day back to February, which I think would make a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. And the next signing day, the middle of February, like it used to be, and give teams time. And then you get those players for the summer. You get those players to practice for the summer. You don't have to have them in the spring. You're not practicing a whole lot in the spring. Mm-hmm. You practice them with your full team that you already have, like the people you just brought in, the transfers. So I think that's going to end up happening. I heard the Big Ten said they want to go to 16, but they want the SEC to agree to go to 24 in the future. And SEC Greg Yancey said we're not going to promise anything. Let's go to 16 and we'll see what happens. We're not going to promise we're going to let you go to 24. So that's up on the table. They're meeting, I think, in the next week or two, and I guess some decision is going to be made, or whether they may stay at 12. I'm not sure. They may stay at 12. I think they need to go to 16 because some teams got left out. Notre Dame got left out. Vanderbilt got left out. Mm-hmm. Who else? There was another team. Utah. And not Utah.
BYU.
BYU got left out. Utah too, but Utah wasn't eligible.
Notre Dame?
But no, I said Notre Dame. So that's three teams that got left out that would have been in if we had 15 or 16. So I think they end up changing that. We'll see. Okay. Anyway, I think that's it for our podcast for today. Any other things? That's about it.
Nope.
Need anything? You know what to do. If you need to find out information, what do? You
look it up.
Thanks.
You can
share.
Yep.
Tell us what you think. Give us your comments.
Comment,
let
share.
People know all about us, please. Thank you very much.
You can find us on Facebook under his name, Tony Gudo, and YouTube under The Look It Up Podcast. Thanks for watching. Who Dat? Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Take care.
Bye-bye.